Today what we're going to be doing is making matcha cookies with a few of my favorite ingredients, some of which you may know before if you have been following me, or they may be very new to you and you're going to be excited to try something different and delicious, won't you? Konnichiwa, Pat Tokuyama here. For these matcha cookies, basically what we're going to be doing is mixing everything together, shaping it into a log, and then cutting it up into little pieces, which are then going to be placed sideways and then baked in the oven at about 340 degrees Fahrenheit for anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes until they've nicely begun to brown slightly, just a little bit. So these are the ingredients for our matcha cookies. We have about 2 tablespoons of matcha powder, Japanese green tea powder, about ½ cup of white sugar with about a tablespoon of sugar removed, 2 cups of cake flour right here, 2 tablespoons of soy milk, unsweetened, unflavored, and about 3½ tablespoons of amakoji, which has been made with brown rice, so it's sweet koji. And then we're going to be using about 2/3 of this Miyoko's Creamery butter. This is the salted version. You can also use unsalted if you want less of a salty flavor, of course. And then we have some black sesame seeds and some walnuts. So we're going to do 2 different variations. Half of the batch is going to be with black sesame, and then half is going to be with the walnuts. So here I have some Miyoko's Creamery. This is the salted version of plant-based butter, if you've never tried it before. We're going to just be using about 1/3. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up into thirds. I'm sorry, we're not going to use a third, we're going to use 2/3. So this is a nice butter that's plant-based. If you're into that, it's worth trying. So we're going to go ahead and soften this in the microwave until it's mostly melted. Try not to get it too hot because then it's going to be difficult to form the cookies. So just go ahead and let that go for about 30 seconds on high. That should be good enough. And then we're going to go ahead and combine the sugar, the matcha, and the soy milk along with the amakoji, secret ingredient there. And then we're going to divide it in half, do some of the cookies with some walnuts and then some with kurogoma or black sesame seeds. All right. So 30 seconds was almost too much. So we're gonna go ahead and combine this. That was exactly 27 seconds. So put in the sugar here to help the sugar dissolve while the mixture is a little bit hot. So we're gonna go ahead and combine all that together, and then the amakoji as well. This is a sweet rice koji. It's been fermented and it's naturally sweet from the sugar that the microbes are releasing. Soy milk, 2 tablespoons. And then here we're going to add in all of the cake flour, 2 cups worth. You can add in all the matcha powder as well. That was 2 tablespoons. I used to have a bigger Pyrex bowl, but it broke and I haven't gotten a replacement. So normally I would use a little bit of a larger bowl than this, or my stand mixer, which I don't know why I didn't get that out, but here we are doing this by hand, the old-fashioned way. All right, it's starting to take shape. And like I said, we're going to do this in 2 different batches, one with black sesame, which makes a great pairing with anything matcha. If you haven't ever tried that combination before, you probably know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, now you know it's something you must try. Okay, I think the matcha powder seems to have been incorporated evenly now that the batter is nice and green. Same with the flour and all the other solid ingredients we had. So I'm just going to go ahead and combine it back into this other container. We'll do half and half. So if you've never done biscotti or cookie dough where you actually like wrap it in plastic wrap and cut it, It's a really easy way to get a consistent shape. If you don't really care about the shape, skip that step. But just for presentation purposes and for the sake of this video, I'll show you how I do it. And let me know in the comments right now if you've done that before. And if you have, how did it turn out for you? Have you figured out a better method than doing that? Let us know in the comments. We can all learn from each other. If you're wondering what to eat these matcha cookies with, you can eat them with a lot of different things. You can eat it with like vanilla ice cream, just by themselves with some coffee or tea, whatever you prefer really. So here I'm just going to chop up these walnuts. This is like maybe 2 tablespoons or 5 pieces of walnuts. And walnuts have a nice nutty flavor that pairs well with matcha, in my opinion. So if you haven't tried that combination before, this could be a good opportunity for you to do so. And if you ever go to Kyoto, Japan, you may notice in the train station and some of the, I guess, more touristy areas, they have a lot of matcha products because Kyoto's famous for matcha. It's right next to Uji. Uji-cha is one of the famous matcha producing regions in Japan, and they get a lot of nice quality tea. So anyways, this looks good to go. And for this other one, I'm going to just put in about a tablespoon or 2 of black sesame seeds and just mix it in here. You can actually put them on top too, but I like to have them on top and on the inside. Okay, so here are our 2 batches. I'm just going to roll this into a log, and then we're going to cut it into small little bite-sized pieces. So about an inch, half of an inch thick. You can shape these, reshape them once they're on the baking sheet. So make sure they have a little bit of space. They're going to spread out because they're kind of soft. So there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and do this one next. All right, so now these are done. We're gonna go ahead and throw them in the oven for a little bit to bake, and then take them out to cool on a wire rack, and then they'll be ready to enjoy. And if you'd like to see more Japanese cooking or baking videos like this one today, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up to let me know if you enjoyed it. Share this with a friend. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video, and perhaps we'll do another matcha recipe. Can you guess what that might be? Leave your guesses in a comment below.